The war at sea is spreading. In a first, the Houthis have attacked a merchant ship in the Indian Ocean. The ship is called MSC Orion. The Portugal flag ship was en route Salalah in Oman. It had set sail from a town in Portugal. MSC Orion was hit by Houthi drones in the Indian Ocean. Question number one, why did the Houthis target a Portugal flagged vessel? The vessel is owned by a company named Zodiac. It is partly owned by an Israeli businessman. His name is Eyal Ofer. Even then, the Israeli link does not quite answer why the ship was targeted in the Indian Ocean far from Yemen. Which brings me to my next question. Why the Indian Ocean? You see, for almost 6 months now, the Houthis have been waging a war at sea, but this violence has been confined to the waters of the Red Sea, the Bab el-Mandeb and the Gulf of Aden. The Houthis have hit ships by drones, missiles. The Houthis have hijacked ships, seized ships and their crew. These attacks have forced container vessels to take drastic safety measures. Many companies have asked their vessels to avoid the Suez Canal and to take the longer route by going around Africa and the Cape of Good Hope, because that route, despite being longer, was safer. The Indian Ocean was free from Houthi attacks, but that changed today with the attack on the MSC Orion. Did no one see this coming? In March, the Houthi leader, Abdul Malik al-Houthi, issued a threat. He basically said that the Houthis would prevent Israel-linked ships from transiting the Indian Ocean near the Cape of Good Hope. And cut to the 30th of April and the attack in the Indian Ocean. How should you read this? Is it significant? Of course. And I don't need to tell you this. The attack in the Indian Ocean changes the dynamics of the region. It risks an escalation. It gives rise to new security challenges. Also the possibility of more countries being pulled into the war. We don't know where exactly in the Indian Ocean was this vessel hit, but what happens if tomorrow one misfire by the Houthis results in a strike on a Coast Guard vessel of any Indian Ocean country? What happens if a fishing boat is hit or a civilian ship? Could a wider war break out is the question. And are countries prepared? In India, the new chief of the Indian Navy, Admiral Dinesh Kumar Tripathi, has said, and I'm quoting here, the existing and emerging challenges in the maritime domain mandate the Indian Navy to remain operationally ready to deter potential adversities at sea in peace and to win the war at sea when asked to do so. The situation in the Red Sea remains ugly. A Malta-flagged container ship was targeted on Monday. The vessel was sailing from Djibouti to Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. 3 missiles hit the ship. British maritime security firm Ambre has said that the ship's operator is doing trade with Israel. It is Israel that the Houthis, remember, have waged a war against. They have also vowed to hit ships linked to Israel's partners.
The Yemeni armed forces, with Allah's help and then with the support and backing of our great Yemeni people and all free people of our nation, will continue to carry out their military operations in support of the oppressed Palestinian people and in defense of beloved Yemen. These operations will not stop unless the siege is lifted and the aggression against the Palestinian people in the Gaza Strip is stopped.
Apart from the 2 commercial vessels, the Houthis also claim to have targeted 2 U.S. destroyers in the Red Sea. Now, we don't have a word from the U.S. Central Command yet, but we can tell you that what's happening at the sea, this escalation, is emblematic of the failure of the U.S. naval alliance. From airstrikes to peace offerings, the Western forces have tried just about everything in their dealing with the Houthis. But to what end? The Houthis claim that since the 7th of March, the group has launched 58 ballistic missiles and drones. They have targeted commercial and naval vessels in the Red Sea, the Gulf of Aden and the Indian Ocean. India has been trying to manage the situation at sea, trying to ensure that commercial vessels can continue to safely sail in the high seas. Recently, the Indian Navy came to the rescue of MV Andromeda Star. The UK-owned oil tanker was attacked by the Houthis. There were 30 crew members aboard the oil tanker. 22 crew members were Indian. They were all rescued by INS Kochi. In the last 6 months, India has time and again proved to be the only reliable security provider in the Indian Ocean region. And now with the Houthis expanding their firing range, the region and the world are staring at dangerous possibilities. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.